Hi, today we're going to be working on Lesson 6, Session 3. This is our refine session, and we're going to be showing everything that we've learned about decimal place value over the last couple of days. So we're going to go ahead. I think it's only 5 questions, so it's not a bad lesson today. And we're going to go through and we're going to show what we know. So go ahead and watch this video. Remember, there's not really a lot of teaching that happens in this video. It's mostly just going over each question so that you understand how to answer. All right, go ahead and go to pages 129 and 130 in your Ready Math workbook. Okay, so number 1. So it says complete these problems on your own. So number 1 says, shade the models at the right to show how the value of 4/100 is related to the value of 4/10. Then write a division equation to express the relationship. So I want you to show me what 4/10 looks like here, and then what 4/100 looks like here, and then show me an equation that tells me you're going to start with a number. You're going to divide it by a number that we've always divided by over the last couple of days, and then you're going to get an answer. And so you're going to need 4/10, 4/100, and then you're also going to need a 10 in there somewhere. For number 2, all right, it says, Kieran showed 8/100 with this model below. So Kieran showed 8/100 as being this blue line here. And then I went ahead and filled in what the value of each of those tick marks actually is, because this whole is broken into 10 sections. So we know that each of these is 1/10. Okay. So first of all, what is wrong with Kieran's model? Describe how the length she shades relates to the length that she should have shaded. How can Kieran change her model to show 8/100? So you can go ahead and pause it so that you can write this all down. Kieran showed blank, not 8/100. The length she shaded is blank times longer than she should have shaded. And then I want you to use a highlighter to shade the correct length above. All right, number 3. It says, compare. How does the value of the digit 8 in 1 8/10 compare to the value of the digit 8 in 486? Explain. So 1 8/10, the 8 is equal to 8, and then what's the word? It's a word you would write here that tells you what the value of this 8 is. It's 8 something. And remember, it's after the decimal, so you're going to need that THS at the end. Then, what is the value of the 8 in 486? Now, you're not going to write 80. You're going to tell me that it is 8, and then what is the place value of this 8? 8, and it's a number that does not have a THS at the end. Okay, but a word. These are both going to be words. The 8 in 1 8/10 is 1 blank of the value of the 8 in 486. So this is one of those times where we're jumping a couple of place values. So here you've got like your hundreds, your tens, your ones. Then you've got your decimal place. You've got your tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay? So we've got an 8 that's in this place here. And then we're going to shift it, and it's going to jump over 2 places to get to this 8 that's over here. So when we're shifting over, remember when we go from here to here, we multiply by a number. To get from 8 to here, from this 8 to this place value, we would multiply times 10. And to get from here over to here, we would multiply times 10. Okay? So remember, here we need to multiply not times 20. It's times 10 times 10. So what is 10 times 10? That goes here. Now, when we're going from, Oh, I put my arrow on the wrong one, but it's okay. So so whatever this number here is the number that you need to fill in the blank there. All right, let's go to page 130. On 130, it says, an ant has a mass of 5,000th gram. A small bee has a mass of 500th gram. And a grasshopper has a mass of 5/10 gram. Write each measurement in the place value chart below. So you're going to take this ant and you're going to look at where your zero, this zero is in the ones place, and then you have your decimal, and then you have your tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So you're going to write in each value of the ant, the bee, and the grasshopper. Then you're going to shade in. On part B, it says shade the models to compare the mass of the bee to the mass of the grasshopper. Then write a sentence to describe the relationship between the two masses. Masses is a really fancy way of saying weight, okay? So shade in the bee and then shade in the grasshopper. And then write a sentence like, this bee is 1/10 the size of this grasshopper. Or this bee is 10 times greater than this grasshopper. But you won't know until you shade it in to know which it is. And then finally for part C, explain how many ants it would take to equal the mass of one grasshopper. Then write an equation using the measurements to show your answer. So if an ant weighs 5/1000th, and a grasshopper weighs 5/10, how many ants would it take to measure one grasshopper? Show your work here. And then finally, for number 5, it says, what is the number that has a value 10 times the value of 9/100? Explain. So tell me, what is 9,000ths? Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. What is 9,000ths times 10? What is that number? And then tell me how you know that. And with that, that is the end of our Refine session for today. You will also be taking your quiz on lesson 6 today in iReady. See you soon.